What is up, YouTube friends? How are you guys doing today? Watch Mojo release their top 10 superhero video games. I've had the privilege of playing a few. One of my favorites, I would say, is the Wolverine Origins game. I actually played the game before watching the movie, and the game was like on point, man. Like, it was freaking crazy, you know, all the blood and everything. I think it's like not only the blood, but the feel of the game was what got my attention of it, and the storyline, you know, which was a lot better. I think was, you know, a lot more detailed. I think more interesting than the actual movie. So I watched the movie after the game, and I mean, the movie was decent. It wasn't the best movie. But I was a bit disappointed, you know. I was expecting it to be a lot more like the game, and so after the movie, I went back and played the game. After I unlocked all the levels, you get new suits and all that. So I was able to play with Wolverine's classic yellow and black suit. Another game I really like is the Spider-Man Into Time. He goes into the future, and the future Spider-Man comes to the present, and they have to like go on this, I forgot the whole storyline, but it's like a mission that they have to end up switching places. But it's a pretty interesting game. It's Spider-Man 2099. Yeah. I rented it on Redbox, played it for about 4 hours, 5 hours overnight, passed it completely, and then took it back. But it's a pretty awesome game. Now, let's get to this video. Hopefully these games are in there. If they're not, I mean, it's whatever. My feelings aren't hurt.
With the success of their recent cinematic ventures, Marvel Frenzy is currently at an all-time high. But what about Marvel video games?
Peter, my man, you see all that?
Welcome to
I haven't played
WatchMojo.com.
Deadpool yet. My
Today we're
friend
putting
has
on
it,
our
and he's
capes
been
and
telling me
spandex
that
and counting down our picks
pretty
for the
crazy.
top 10 Marvel video games. Number 10, X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse.
It looks like an interesting
Building
game.
on the solid action RPG
I can see
gameplay of the
myself playing
first
this
game,
game.
X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse has everything the original had and more.
It's pretty awesome, actually.
The epic storyline takes the usual battle between the X-Men and the Brotherhood of Mutants and flips it on its head, with the two groups having to form an uneasy alliance in order to defeat the supervillain Apocalypse.
It appears we both have a grievance with Apocalypse.
With appearances from many characters from the comics and an addictive gameplay loop, X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse is a great entry in the X-Men franchise. Number 9, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. Along with the animated X-Men television show, X-Men Mutant Apocalypse for the SNES was a mainstay for many young Marvel fans in the 90s. The game featured great graphics and challenging gameplay with plenty of action. The game's most unique and memorable feature was the ability to choose from 5 characters: Wolverine, Cyclops, Psylocke, Gambit, and Beast. Since it was made by Capcom, the influence of the widely popular Street Fighter II was clearly present in the game's design, making it deeper than most standard beat-em-ups for the time.
I think it kind of paved the way for
Number 8,
Marvel.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
This is the one right here, man. This is the game right here. If you haven't
3
played
X-Men
it,
games in a row might seem like a lot,
check it out.
but it's a franchise that lends itself
Classic
perfectly to
suit.
video games.
Dude,
Plus, Origins Wolverine is just plain badass. You play
Yeah.
as Wolverine as he hacks and slashes his way around the globe,
Dude.
leaving bloody trails wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Seriously, the game is gory as heck.
yeah. I loved it, man.
One of the few cases where the game is better than the movie.
Right.
The plot takes cues from the film and features excellent voice acting from some of the film's stars, including Hugh Jackman.
You're alive because of her.
Number 7, The Incredible Hulk, Ultimate
I wish I
Destruction.
could have played this game. I think it was on GameCube. I wish I
It
could
took a
have
really long time to
had my
perfectly
GameCube
capture
a
the
bit
rage
longer.
and mayhem that is the Hulk. And Ultimate Destruction is the first game to satisfyingly recreate the Hulk's temper tantrums. The game gives players an immense amount of freedom, with an open world to explore and destroy, and an excellent move set that will have you running along walls, climbing up large structures and making
Kinda
massive
reminds me
moves
of,
as you face off against various
Rampage.
villains. The
Except
game was
more-
also written by Paul Jenkins, who was a writer for the Hulk comics.
It's not the initial base of Rampage.
Number 6. Lego Marvel Superheroes.
I haven't played this one either.
Like other Lego video game adaptations, Lego Marvel Superheroes takes the Marvel franchise and puts it in the Lego world.
Fools! This place is mine to rule!
I did though play
This
some
game, however,
Marvel
you
series,
get to play as
Lego
150
series
Marvel
on my nephew
characters,
on Netflix.
each with their own character-specific moves and abilities. With an open world featuring many of the Marvel Universe's iconic locations, LEGO Marvel Superheroes is Marvel fan service at its very finest, with dozens of gameplay hours for fans to soak in.
Why'd it take so long to play?
Approvals, counter signatures, 4 rounds of notes. You can't believe the bureaucracy I deal with.
The game even features Stan Lee as an unlockable character.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
Number 5. Captain America and the Avengers, arcade version. Although it would eventually be ported very poorly to the home consoles, for many, the best version of Captain America and the Avengers was found in the arcade. In fact, many consider this game to be one of the best co-op beat-em-up games of all time.
No,
The game features fairly standard brawling gameplay and is best enjoyed with several friends with quarters to spare. Players can choose from 4 characters from the Avengers: Captain America, Hawkeye, Vision, and Iron Man.
Captain America!
Although other characters will appear and aid the players if certain power-ups are picked up along the way.
Thank you!
Number 4. Marvel Ultimate
I
Alliance.
have the first one. I'm still actually in the process
Once again, proving they know how to make an excellent
passing
Marvel
it.
game.
I've
Raven
gone pretty
Software
far.
released Marvel Ultimate Alliance,
And this is a good
starring
game.
a
I
wide
like
array
it.
of superheroes and supervillains from Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what is our next mission, Colonel?
The game is a spiritual successor to the
I
X-Men
think I got
Legends
past
games,
Asgard
and features
in this-
much of
in
the
this
same
one.
action RPG gameplay that made those games great, but with vastly improved graphics and presentation, as well as an insanely deep cast of characters.
But make no mistake, death for the X-Man is inevitable.
If you love Marvel and you love action RPGs,
Yeah.
this is a must-play. Number 3, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 truly encapsulates the feeling of being Spider-Man by implementing a web-slinging mechanic that has the players actually swinging from building to building, instead of simply shooting a web into the sky, as had been the case with previous
Yeah,
Spider-Man
the
games.
first one you couldn't
The
really
gameplay
touch the
feels
ground.
fantastic,
It's just kind of
and this
disappointing.
game's version of the New York
Yeah.
skyline is a blast to explore.
And they did
Just
do
be
a
sure
lot
to
of
play the
improvements
console
the first
version
one.
and stay away from the PC version, as it received a drastically dumbed-down port.
But didn't Spider-Man pass his test?
Number 2, X-Men Arcade. At a time when arcades were beginning to show signs of their eventual demise, the X-Men
Yeah.
arcade cabinet really stood out. Although there are different versions of this cabinet, the best had to be the biggest version, which can be enjoyed with up to 6 players at once. Playing this game with 5 of your friends is a blast, as the beat-em-up gameplay is solid and the graphics are great. Players can choose from Cyclops, Colossus, Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, or get stuck with Dazzler as they face off against Magneto's hordes of minions. Before we get to our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Looks like Doom. A lot of X-Men in this list.
Over and over again.
Another one I actually played was X-Men Destiny. I got pretty far, and I tried to do it
Number
like
1,
Spider-Man.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Although the 3rd iteration of the popular fighting series is out, our favorite is still Marvel vs. Capcom 2, based on its huge character roster alone.
Unfortunately, I haven't gotten
2D character
into
sprites with colorful
these
3D
Marvel and
backgrounds.
Capcom.
The game's visuals are
I need to-
incredible.
I'm behind on these games.
It's not just a
I'm pretty
feast
sure I
for
can
the
get
eyes,
really
though,
good at it,
as
but-
it has the gameplay to match.
I have a tendency to just procrastinate and just wait for the price to go
With
down.
fast combos and a wide
A lot of
variety
these
of
games I
characters
don't
from
end
both
up
the
buying.
Marvel Universe and Capcom games. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 still holds up as a top-tier fighting game, and is our choice for the best Marvel video game ever. You agree with our list? Which is your favorite Marvel game? For more superpowered Tom 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You're insane! Not as insane as you think.
So yeah, that's the list. I'm surprised Deadpool wasn't in this list. I mean, he was mentioned, you know, in the video. I mean, there's clips of it, but I'm surprised there was a lot more X-Men in this list, and other games were just as great. I think, if not even better. But yeah, do you have any games you recommend? Any videos you recommend for me to react to? Comment down below if you like my video, subscribe, and that's another list, another video. Peace.